Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Good evening. You're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. A seminar highlighting cultural, historical and civilizational aspects of the Sultanate's role in the region is held. Celebrations on the 44th Glorious National Day and reassurance on the health of His Majesty the Sultan continue in governorates of the Sultanate and embassies abroad. And a training workshop on concept and goals of occupational performance assessment is held at Nizwa College of Technology. Those were the headlines, and now for the news in detail. Coinciding with the country's celebrations of the 44th Glorious National Day, the seminar of the historical and civilizational role of Oman was organized in the Wilaya of Bahla. It aimed to highlight cultural, historical and civilizational aspects of the Sultanate and its role in building the national unity among Omani people and enhancing aspects of cooperation and friendship with friendly and sisterly countries. The seminar was presided over by His Highness Syed Haytham bin Tariq Al Saeed, Minister of Heritage and Culture, who visited the public library and inaugurated His Majesty Sultan Qaboos Corner, in addition to getting acquainted with library contents and divisions. The seminar reviewed 5 research papers, namely Landmarks of Islamic History, Omani Role in the Region, Cultural Dimension of the Omani Culture, Omani Cohesion Values and National Spirit of Omanis, which stressed loyalty and belonging throughout ages. Sultanate's embassies in brotherly and friendly countries continued celebrating the 44th Glorious National Day. Attendees at the embassy's celebrations praised good relations that link their countries with the Sultanate, which was cemented by wise policy of His Majesty the Sultan. In the state of Kuwait, His Excellency Hamad bin Saeed bin Salim Al Ibrahim, Sultanate's accredited ambassador to the state of Kuwait, held a reception ceremony on this dear national occasion. It was attended by His Excellency the First Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Sheikh Sabah Al Khalid Al Hamad Al Sabah as a representative of the Kuwaiti government. It was also attended by a great number of officials, intellectuals, senior figures and ambassadors accredited to the state of Kuwait. Meanwhile, the Omani delegation at the Gulf Cooperation Council Conference in Kuwait celebrated the National Day. More details in the following report by Abdullah bin Ahmed Al-Rubai.
On the sideline of Kuwait Conference, an 11th GCC Nursing Symposium, which coincides with the celebration of the Sultanate National Day, the Omani delegation celebrated the occasion along with their colleagues from the GCC countries who are participating at the conference. The following interviews conducted in Kuwait, where Omanis and their colleagues from the GCC have these to say.
We're here in Kuwait participating as delegates from the Sultanate of Oman in the International Nursing Conference. And this coincides with a very precious time in Oman, which is the celebration of our National Day. We are very fortunate that we are celebrating also with our colleagues here in Kuwait.
On behalf of me and my colleagues in the GCC countries, and especially the people of Kuwait, we would like to congratulate the people in the Sultanate of Oman for their National Day. We wish you all the success, and we are glad to have you here in Kuwait.
Of course, I'm from Bahrain. We were very proud to see that Oman, in terms of all the indicators and in terms of all the statistical analysis, stand the highest in terms of the reduction of these communicable diseases. Not only that, Oman is now presenting to us as a role model in which the rest of the GCC would like to share.
It's a pride for me to be a part of the delegate of the Sultanate today in Kuwait here. And we're glad to be here representing and honoring our country with our presence in this national and international conference.
I would like to congratulate His Majesty Sultan Qaboos for the National Day and the people in Oman.
The wise and effective leadership of His Majesty Sultan Qaboos has made brilliant progress in the country, and that has been realized by the Omani people and their friends wherever they are in this world. For the Sultanate of Oman Television, I'm Abdullah bin Ahmed Al-Rubai, State of Kuwait.
In the Sudanese capital Khartoum, His Excellency Sheikh Dr. Sulaiman bin Saud Al Jabri, Sultanate's accredited ambassador to Sudan, held a reception ceremony celebrating the national occasion. It was attended by His Excellency Abdul Hafiz As-Sadiq Abdurrahim, Minister of Youth and Sports, as a representative of His Excellency President Field Marshal Omar Hassan Ahmed Al-Bashir of Sudan, Chairman of Sudanese Judiciary, a number of the Supreme Court and constitutional judges, a group of distinguished civil and military personalities, heads of Arab, Asian, African and European diplomatic missions, as well as representatives of international organizations accredited to Sudan. His Excellency Nasser bin Saif Al Hosni, Sultanate's ambassador accredited to Algeria, held a reception ceremony to celebrate the occasion. It was attended by a number of Algerian officials, businessmen and media men. The attendees expressed their sincere feelings towards the Sultanate and His Majesty Sultan Qaboos. The ceremony highlighted the Sultanate's good relations with Algeria, as well as the achievements realized in Oman in all aspects. Sultanate's embassy in India celebrated the 44th Glorious National Day. His Excellency Sheikh Hamad bin Saif Al Rawahi, Sultanate's accredited ambassador to India, hosted a reception ceremony at Taj Palace in New Delhi. It was attended by the Minister of State for External Affairs, V.K. Singh, as a representative of the Indian government, and a number of senior Indian officials. It was also attended by a number of ambassadors of the Gulf Cooperation Council countries, ambassadors and heads of Arab, Islamic and foreign diplomatic missions accredited to India, as well as a large number of attendees from the Indian society. His Excellency Najim bin Sulaiman Al Abri, Sultanate's ambassador to Belgium and European Union, hosted a reception in Brussels on the occasion of the 44th Glorious National Day. It was attended by a number of officials, members of diplomatic and students. The attendees emphasized that this occasion is dear to all Omanis and it is a pride for what has been achieved in the Sultanate during this blessed march led by His Majesty Sultan Qaboos. His Excellency Khalid bin Saeed Al Jaradi, Sultanate's ambassador to Brazil, held a reception ceremony on the occasion of the 44th National Day, amid participation from a number of officials, ambassadors, members of diplomatic corps, businessmen and other well-known personalities of Brazilian communities. The participants stressed the strong ties binding the Sultanate with Brazil. The ceremony highlighted the Sultanate's good relations with Brazil, as well as the achievements realized in Oman in all aspects, and blessed the Renaissance. In the capital of Japan, Tokyo, a ceremony was held at the Sultanate's embassy on the occasion of the 44th National Day. His Excellency Khalid bin Hashil al-Musalhi, Sultanate's ambassador to Japan, received the senior officials, diplomats and other personalities, as well as Omani citizens and students who congratulated the Sultanate of Oman, its leadership and people on the occasion, wishing Oman further progress and prosperity under the leadership of His Majesty Sultan Qaboos. The ceremony highlighted the Sultanate's good relations with Japan, as well as the achievements realized in Oman in all aspects, and blessed Renaissance. Still to come in our news bulletin, the Public Authority for Craft Industries organised a training programme to qualify a number of youths in wood industries in the Governorate of South Bartana. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. Oman International Anesthesia and Critical Care Conference commenced under the auspices of His Excellency Dr. Ali bin Talib Al Hinai, Under-Secretary of Planning at the Ministry of Health. More details in the following report by Abdullah bin Ahmed Al Rubai.
To keep in pace with the rapid strides of developments in the fields of anesthesia, critical care and pain medicine, more than 700 participants from Oman and other parts of the world representing various healthcare institutions of their countries are attending a 4-day international anesthesia and critical care conference.
The conference aims to enhance the scientific and academic level of our doctors, nurses, and our allied healthcare practitioners working in the field of anesthesia and critical care by inviting renowned speakers to this meeting. There will be many issues will be discussed and challenges in the fields of anesthesia and critical care, including safety in anesthesia, antibiotic use in the presence of multi-drug resistance bacteria in the hospitals, and that stems from the wide use of antibiotics inside and outside the hospitals. Also issues related to renal replacement therapy, septic shock management, and so many other issues that will be discussed in this meeting.
The conference focuses on innovative learning experience that highlights the most up-to-date evidence-based developments in these specialties presented by an outstanding international faculty through lectures and deliberations, as well as hands-on workshops along with posters and research paper presentations. There are parallel session workshop to be conducted on critical care that will highlight the challenges encountered in managing critically ill patients.
I'm really privileged to be part of this conference. In fact, this conference has special importance because it tells us what's new, and you know, anesthesia is something very important, and intensive care it is interrelated, and the development of anesthesia and intensive care had led to the development of surgery.
Globally, patient safety has taken a center stage in patient management. This will include sessions that highlight patient safety in perioperative and critical care settings. As nurses and allied healthcare professionals are prominent members in the multidisciplinary patient care, there will be 2 days workshop dedicated for obstetrics and nursing critical care.
First of all, I'd like to congratulate the Sultanate and His Majesty Sultan Qaboos on the occasion of the 44th National Day. It is a great privilege to be here in this event. All the talks are being done by leaders and pioneers in the field of anesthesia. And as a young anesthetist, it's a privilege to be able to witness knowledge sharing at an international level. And more importantly, be part of new ideas and innovation and be able to implement them here in the Sultanate Oman.
This conference is jointly organized by the Minister of Health, Sultan Qaboos University Hospital, Armed Forces Hospital, and Oman Medical Specialty Board. The conference is expected to serve as a springboard for further training and research activities of Oman Specialty Board trainees. Abdullah bin Ahmed Al Rubai, Sultanate of Oman Television, Al Bustan Palace Hotel.
His Excellency Syed Khalifa bin Al-Mardas Al-Busaidi, Governor of Musandam, hosted a reception ceremony on the occasion of the 44th Glorious National Day. It was attended by Their Excellencies the Walis, Honourable Members of the State Council, members of Shura Council, commanders of security and military services, members of municipal councils, officials of government units, sheikhs, other dignitaries and citizens from all wilayas of the Governorate of Musandam. Citizens of the Wilaya of Mazyuna organised a procession of allegiance and gratitude to join the celebrations of the 44th Glorious National Day. It came to express their gratitude to Almighty Allah on His Majesty's recovery. They took to the streets with the Sultanate's flag hoisting and pictures of His Majesty the Sultan, as traditional band singing arts added more joy to this glorious occasion. To celebrate 44th Glorious National Day, citizens in the Wilaya of Dalkot at the Governorate of Dhofar held a procession of allegiance and gratitude, cheering sincere greetings and best wishes to His Majesty, the beloved leader, praying to Almighty Allah to protect His Majesty as the guardian of this country and its people. On the occasion of the 44th Glorious National Day and assuring His Majesty's good health, the Inma Youth Centre in the Governorate of Dhofar organised a ceremony to launch a special greeting board for His Majesty Sultan Qaboos in Salala Gardens Mall. It was presided over by His Excellency Sheikh Salim bin Afait Al-Shanfari, Chairman of Dhofar Municipality. It witnessed a huge attendance from members of the centre and visitors of the mall. It came to express sincere greetings and best wishes to His Majesty, the beloved leader, praying to Almighty Allah to protect His Majesty as the guardian of this country and its people. Al-Wafa Centre for Qualifying Handicapped Children held a ceremony to celebrate the 44th Glorious National Day in the Wilaya of Mirbat. During the ceremony, some citizens expressed their sincere feelings towards His Majesty the Sultan, praying to Almighty Allah to protect His Majesty and bestow upon him health and happiness. It included poetry sessions and traditional Omani arts. The Omani Women Association in the Wilaya of Taqqa organised a ceremony on the occasion of the 44th Glorious National Day under the auspices of Sheikha Mayzoon bint Mustahil al-Mashaniya. It witnessed various activities including Omani traditional dances, famous in the Governorate of Dhofar, and poetic sessions. The participants expressed sincere feelings towards His Majesty the Sultan, praying to Almighty Allah to protect His Majesty and bestow upon him health and happiness. The procession of allegiance and gratitude in the Wilaya of Dhank came to express feelings of loyalty and gratitude to the builder of Oman's Renaissance, His Majesty the Sultan. Huge crowds of citizens participated in the procession who carried pictures of His Majesty and hoisted flags of the Sultanate, cheering sincere greetings and best wishes to His Majesty, the beloved leader, praying to Almighty Allah to protect His Majesty as the guardian of this country and its people. During the procession, some poets delivered poems praising His Majesty, Sultan Qaboos, and the achievements realised during His Majesty's glorious reign at all levels and walks of life. It was also accompanied by Omani traditional arts. Two schools in the Wilaya of Bidiyah celebrated the 44th Glorious National Day in a special way. They designed a long flag of the Sultanate with a length of 44 metres and width of 5 metres to express best wishes for His Majesty the Sultan to return safely to Oman. The celebration also included traditional Omani singing arts presented by the local bands. A national poetic evening was organised in the Wilaya of Mudaybi at the Governorate of North Sharqiya to celebrate the 44th Glorious National Day and the reassurance on the health of His Majesty the Sultan. It witnessed a participation from a number of poets from the Wilaya and those interested in national poems. The poets delivered poems praising His Majesty the Sultan and the achievements realised during His Majesty's glorious reign at all levels and walks of life. The training programme, which was organised by the Public Authority of Crafts Industries, aimed to qualify a number of youths in wood industries in the Governorate of South Batna. It included qualifying in wooden doors, windows and boxes, in addition to Omani ships. The training and qualifying programme was one of the 4 programmes in the Governorate of South Batna, and where the authorities seek to preserve Omani crafts traditions. A training work session was held in Nizwa College of Technology in concept and aims of the evaluation of occupational performance. The session focused on introducing participants with preparing evaluation reports for employees, in addition to encourage them in evaluating occupational performance and its role in clarifying correct methodology in preparing the reports. It also reviewed the experience of Nizwa College of Technology in the field of evaluating occupational performance through applying concept of administration and its aims. for the general weather forecast. Clear to partly cloudy skies will prevail over parts of the Governorate of Musandam and coastal areas of the Governorates of Wasta and Dhofar, with chances of scattered rain. Rest of the Sultanate will have clear skies. Winds will be northwesterly to northeasterly light to moderate. Seas will be moderate along the coasts of the Arabian Sea and the western coasts of the Governorate of Musandam, with a maximum wave height of 2 meters. Along the rest of the coast, it will be slight, with a maximum wave height of 1.25 meters. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. A seminar highlighting cultural, historical and civilizational aspects of the Sultanate's role in the region is held. Celebrations on the 44th Glorious National Day and reassurance on the health of His Majesty the Sultan continue in governorates of the Sultanate and embassies abroad. And a training workshop on concept and goals of occupational performance assessment is held at Nizwa College of Technology. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, it's good night.